the cutest puppies in the whole world. We got a puppy this weekend, and he's the sweetest. But that is not what this video is about. I wanted to talk about interviewing people. I've been told that I'm good at interviewing, but I don't think that I have super high emotional intelligence. I may have never taken a test or anything for it, but I certainly don't have it as much as other people in my life. And so it's a lot easier to interview someone when you can instantly get a sense of who they are just by like being in the room and somehow sensing their energy or whatever that emotionally intelligent people can do. I try to be pretty self-aware, and so I understand that, so I have to take a more analytical approach because that's one of my strengths, I think. What I mean by that is whenever I go into an interview, I listen to their spiel for the first few minutes, and then I just try to pick out what's wrong with this person. What do I not like? There's always at least one thing. Either I don't believe them, what they're saying, like they hop around a lot on their resume, and so I'm nervous about them hopping around a lot in my company. So the first thing you have to do is be analytical and think, do I believe everything that they're saying? What would make me not hire them? And then you just point your questions in that area. Because the other things, like, they're important. It's good to know how they heard about your company and why they want this job. But if that's not something that you're worried about, then you're kind of wasting your time a little bit. Like, you can just use your time potentially more wisely if you focus on the areas that you aren't sure about. My company does a really cool thing with their like scorecards, and they break out areas of basically our culture and our job description. And so once I've exhausted the questions about things that I'm not so sure about, then I look down my list and I'm like, they haven't covered teamwork yet. So I'm gonna point my next question to teamwork. And one other thing is to give it time. Because I was in an interview the other day and I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and start filling out my scorecard because I like this guy. Like, he should be hired, he's a good fit. I don't even want to waste my time sitting here and listening to the rest of his answers because I already know that I'm gonna like him. And then he said one thing and it all just went spiraling downhill. It wasn't the worst, and I would still potentially hire him, but he went from first to maybe like third. So I would say for people like me who really understand that time is the only asset that you can't get back, I sometimes am like, this is a waste of my time. Like, let's wrap it up. Let's be efficient. Let's get out of here. And sometimes it's just good to take your time. And I think interviews are one of those times. Not to say that you have to hang out for 2 hours, but 30, 45 minutes, it's worth it because you're trying to get to know someone and who they are in 30 to 45 minutes. I mean, that's a lot to take on in a short amount of time. Most people don't know who their best friends are, not really, and they've spent 10 years with them. Anyway, so that's what I learned about the interview process the other day, and maybe I'll roll in a little pic of Zip. We call him Z. He's a little cutie. Okay, keep learning.